Hi. Hi, this is Riley Collier with Journal 2 Reading Curriculum. It is October 2nd. I'm at John Jones Elementary in 2nd grade. The reading curriculum at John Jones is McGraw-Hill's Wonder Series. This curriculum comes with a teacher book, a lit book for the students, a workbook for the students, a reading workshop book for the students, and also many websites the teacher can use, and a walkthrough book for the teacher. They've been using this curriculum for about 2 years, and the other programs used to supplement are just some websites, and they use Teachers Pay Teachers a lot, mainly in the 2nd grade. It's not really a school-wide thing. Um, the reading block time for my classroom and the whole school is normally about 50 minutes of just precious reading time. And my teacher told me that in years past they'd never interrupted that reading time, that there was no phone calls, there was no buzzing in the classrooms, no pulling kids, because they just considered that their reading time. And she said here lately they have kind of strayed away from that, and that they do have interruptions and the kids do get pulled. The grouping and the routines in this classroom are they have small groups, and they're called Crusaders. She has a blue, green, and a yellow groups that are called Crusaders, and the routine starts off with going to the floor in front of the Promethean board, and they kind of introduce the whole week, or for that day, that story. They'll brief on the vocabulary words, and she'll let the students connect with the vocabulary words using their own sentence, because mostly those vocabulary words for the week will be in that story. And when they come to the floor, they'll either bring their big lit book or their reading workshop book. Their reading workshop book is the smaller text that they use, and the lit book is the bigger main stories of that week. The two-tier intervention does occur inside the classroom, and the tier threes get pulled out all throughout the day, sometimes right in the middle of the reading lesson, and sometimes right after. So after the reading lesson, and they go through page by page and discuss and have engagement. She has questions that she asks the students, because the program prompts some of those questions for her, and it picks out the vocabulary words and what the students really need to grasp. Then after that, they'll go to small group, or they'll come with me, and we'll just kind of go over spelling words and vocabulary words, and then she'll have the more intensive group, and they'll go over what's going to happen tomorrow, and then they'll go over stuff that each individual person kind of needs. And while the other groups are either reading AR books, studying spelling words, or working on this program that's called Reading Naturally, and it's about all different types of readings, and they use they use a CD player with earphones, and they have to listen to the story be read aloud 3 times, answer questions, and then they have to have like an oral fluency test with their neighbor. And then after that, they'll kind of switch around, and then that part's over. My teacher likes the reading program, except they kind of find some loopholes. Phonics is not really stressed as much in this program, and all of them are really wondering why, because they're not coming to 2nd grade ready to read and ready to kind of comprehend. They're having to go back in and plug the phonics in, and they're really kind of questioning that. Um, she doesn't really like the fact that this teacher handbook is not very scripted. The other one was, and this one's not very scripted. I like it because the kids seem to have connections, but I have noticed that they don't ever use their workbook, and she said it's because they can't read the workbook yet. 2 questions I have is why they changed from their past reading program, and why phonics is not just, is not taught in depth in 1st grade. I think it connects to Lit Block because of the higher order thinking skills. This book really wants them to think about the different vocabulary, and think about, why this happened, what's going to happen, what do you think, what could you change, and that type thing. The students are engaged every single page of these stories, and the teacher makes sure of that because she reads what she's supposed to out of those books. They're engaged through different activities they do after their reading time that have to do with those vocabulary words. I think it's appropriate for their grade level, but some of the big words they have in the stories, we really have to hit hard because they do not understand them, and they're really big words for second graders, in my opinion. The technology used is just the Promethean board and maybe a few videos to introduce them about that topic for that day or that week. Not much technology. The students seem to like the curriculum, and they really don't know any different, so they're going to like it anyways. They enjoyed reading, and they seem to enjoy the stories this reading program has, and I think that if they enjoy it, then they're going to connect with it, and they're going to want to share their opinions about it. So that's the reading program in second grade at John Jones Elementary.